Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Beyond with Beyond. I forgot my own podcast's name. Welcome to Beyond the Page with Imi. This is our third episode, and I'm delighted to present my co-host and my good friend, James.
Hello.
Yeah, it's nice to be here with you guys. So everyone, James and I, we go way back. He is actually the first person who I ever done a collaboration with. If you haven't checked, it's still good. It's called Fire Left Its Flame, and after that we just keep connecting and just doing our own thing. And James used to have a live, so was like I guess one of his. So let me give the mic to you to introduce yourself, James.
Hello. I'm James Hawthorne V. Rabbit, HBR, as they've been called. And I'm here for a live, and it's the 4th of July weekend, and I'm watching my daughter a lot, and she doesn't cooperate as much as she used to and learn to open doors, so it's been a lot.
I've always wondered what does it look like to be in US when it's 4th of July?
A lot of explosions, a lot of fireworks, a lot of honking.
Yeah, so just people go out and picnic.
I guess some of them do. I mean, it was Fahrenheit between 100 and 110 most places on the East Coast yesterday.
I don't know what Fahrenheit degrees mean.
So
Tell me in Celsius.
that's 38 to 42 Celsius.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I think London was quite similar the previous weeks, but it's just getting a bit chillier. But I guess summer, yeah. But this year, I think summer came too abruptly. How was it in there?
Yeah, very loud, absolutely. Dogs get upset. A lot of dogs get upset.
Yeah. My sister's dog once ran away because of the fireworks, and it got lost for 3 weeks, actually.
Wow. But came back?
It didn't came back on its own. We just like distributed flyers, and in the end, my sister was so sad. My father made a billboard for her dog, and then the newspaper people got too inspired by this story because someone was actually looking for her dog with a billboard. So, so they decided to write it on the newspaper, and people who grabbed our dog from the street initially saw the newspaper. I think they were scared because like I think they just thought this dog is now kind of celebrity, so they just called us back and gave it back.
Oh, well, that's easy.
That's not easy for a dog owner. Didn't you have a
Well,
dog?
no, I
Like,
mean, easy as in like you guys. I lost a cat when I was 14, 15. My dad took the cat in the car for a drive and forgot the cat was there and left the door open. So I went to that neighborhood every day for 2 weeks. Nothing. And I put out flyers and everything. After 2 weeks, somebody found it and called and said,
Oh
but
no!
like, as I'm going like, oh, then it sounds like I feel like there are a lot more happy endings, at least the ones that I hear about where something works out than don't.
Something doesn't work out and first, and then later works out, right?
Right.
You mean? Okay, yeah, that is true. You end up appreciating it more. But like, yeah, I can. How did you like take it when like how were you when your cat was lost? Because it's I never had a pet. It was my
Oh, I was a wreck.
back then.
I was an absolute wreck for sure. And then I
Yeah.
think I gave up after a week and I got 2 more cats at the shelter. And then once the original cat was found, I had 3 cats. So yeah,
So what did you do with those 3 cats?
that's what happened.
Wait, what? I think you froze.
Big
But I
happy
asked
family.
what happened to. Oh, okay. I bet they have a lot of kittens.
No, none of them did. And my first dog was still he was still around then. Um, so yeah, I mean, then years and years later, those 2 kittens, my second dog, Perry, who is no longer with us, he was I had pictures of him with the cats, like the same cats. So like
That is so
kind of
I
doubled
love
out.
when cats and dogs are friends. Friends. Is it your connection bad or mine? I think one of ours connection is bad.
Probably. My laptop's
But
not
I
very good.
can hear myself from your. I hate hearing my voice. Can we
You're what?
I'm hearing my own voice from you. Anyway, it's cool now. Sorry, guys. Okay, I forgot to give my disclaimer. Disclaimer alert, I'm a new podcaster. It's still for me to say that because it's only been 3 episodes. So since we are 5 minutes in, let me just introduce my podcast. I see a lot of lovely friends. It's so nice that all of you are with us. So beyond the page with Imi is my paid subscriber initiative where I try to give a bit of more spotlight to my paid subscribers, give an exposure to their work, and just have them here and have a wonderful time, depending on wherever the conversation takes us. So here again, then again, James, my good friend, and we are live today, and we initially in my first 2 episodes we asked 3 questions, and I had one in my mind, which we later decided to do something else. But since you mentioned, hey, James, I've been wondering today. I don't know how this question popped in my mind, but why did you name it Perry? Are you here? The tea froze, guys.
I know it's some. I could try my phone if we want. See if it'll
Try your
hold up.
phone.
See. So close out the laptop and try the phone.
Okay, let me
35%.
check.
Why not?
Okay,
I
three.
want to
Try
allow
it.
this only this time. So I'll close this.
Let's see. Okay. For a brief moment, it's only me, friends, me and you. Okay, he's back. Not he didn't leave me alone for too long. Okay, I think it's better now.
Does it always hold up, right? Um,
Okay, this
so
is way better quality, I think.
yeah, it's Poopy's spool laptop. Let's see if I can get the phone between here and here. And just for old time's sake, I've got this. Am I allowed to do
Yeah,
that now?
and no, and like Seb just wrote, you both should be wearing ski masks, missed opportunity. So that's like a great timing to bring it. Okay.
Too soon?
So, friends, are you gonna wear it?
No.
No,
Mask is off.
that's just like that's an old persona. So our episode today is themed under the game that I cannot find discover. We are gonna have a we are not really strangers themed live today, but I just recently purchased a card game that is about getting to know one another level that you wouldn't by small talk and everyday conversations. It's just like like sometimes simpler, sometimes weird questions. So I decided that we can see if James and I know each other as well, or if not, we can all leave here knowing one another a bit further. So yeah, does this game sound fun to you, James?
The best.
Okay.
He'll be all right.
Okay, so they have these final card thing that you left aside, leave on the side. I will read what this is later. So I'm starting, since you're the guest, I'm giving the first round to you. So I'm picking a question for you to ask me.
Okay.
Okay. The first level is called perception. Okay, this is a lame question. I'm just gonna pass this one. Can I be picky on the cards? Okay. I think this is something that you'll answer very easily. Okay. Do I seem like a morning person or a night owl? Why?
That's for you or for me to answer?
You are gonna answer about me
I think you are night.
because I stay up at night.
Yeah. I did a time change. I'm like, wait a minute. It's
I
like 5 a.m. there.
I never, yeah. It is lately. I've been able, like, I managed to pull it back to 2 a.m. But if I go to bed, even in 1:59, it's just an accomplishment for me. So you used to think that I look like a night owl because I stay up late until night. Is that right?
Hmm.
Okay, now okay, so this question goes to you. It's just like your reflection question. So I am asking this to you again. Do you believe everyone has a calling, If so, do you think you have found yours?
Everyone have a call. That's
Do
a
you believe
loaded
in callings?
question. I
I want to hear like your definition of calling first. Like, do you believe in those kind of stuff, like fate, meant to be, those kind of things?
kind of. I
In
think there
what
are a lot
way?
of callings we could take, and the one we take becomes our calling most of the time. So
Okay.
if I would have taken this job or I would have taken that one, I would have moved here, would have moved there, that would have become my calling. Like I don't know that it's all like fancy worked out ahead of time so much as like it becomes what you do. You know, you have some kind of influence over said calling, over said fate when you make a choice. Uh, that's what I would probably say. And have I found mine? I don't know. I found a calling.
What's a calling for you?
I mean, I'm an English teacher, special education teacher, and is that my calling? I don't know, but it's a calling. It's the calling I chose. You know, like
True. Interesting. You just ruined the entire magic of the concept. So what you choose and what you do is end up being your calling. Is that what you say?
pretty much. Like I mean, people say I missed my calling. I'm like, I don't think you did. You chose a calling. You chose
So you
something. Like
yeah.
you know, it's like I feel like sometimes we put too much into like these ideas of like a grand fate or a bigger picture when it's like maybe there's not, and maybe it's like it is what you make it. You know, every day is a choice. Every attitude is a choice. You know, it'll be what they used to say on the announcements at school is it make it a good day or not, the choice is yours. Which is such a lame thing to say. Like, but it's true though. Like, you know, the choices we make and what we choose or don't choose to do, because not making a choice is a choice. I think that goes into like a calling. Yeah,
That is really good actually. Why do you say that like choice is yours is kind of a lame thing to say? So I think when something is true, it becomes cliche, and when something becomes cliche, think it's like lame to say it.
yeah. You know, make it a good day or not, choice is yours. You hear that every day. You're like ready to like let someone have it. His husband again. That was me at least. I'm like, oh my god, not again. You know, every day for however many years. So for me, it's like I don't like it, but it's still true. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. I've been always very indecisive with my life. Like generally, I used to just couldn't even pick out a meal. I would just send my mom or ask the menu, which comes from being a perfectionist, I think. So I've always found it troubling to make a choice. But that's interesting because in the end, that's just like, yeah, what is the choice? Like, if you can have the chance to go back and change only one choice that you have, what would you change?
That is a loaded question too. Um,
Welcome to
think
be on the page with me.
the in between, and I actually had a prompt on that in a collab that B Budding
Was
had
it?
about like what if and like what choice would you
Yeah.
change and what would you do with it. And I think I went through a couple different choices I would have done differently, and then the result was still the same though. So I don't know that I would make any changes.
Yeah. I think I wrote something else in like as a comment to your piece, but there is this movie, if anyone wants to watch as well, it's like a very interesting concept. It's just a bit too long. It's called Mr. Nobody, right? It's like one guy's life is explored through different pathways where he ends up making different choices. I think mainly either two of his lives or three of his lives we watch at parallel. And like even in one so it both is, where it explores how much our choices are intertwined with each other and how much it is just like one choice that you make and make your life entirely different. But I know it sounds a bit like utopic, but it does. In that movie, one of my favorite scenes was like the guy, Mr. Nobody, is in love with a girl, and like doesn't have any of her contact numbers. And he one day miraculously comes across her in the street, and then he gets her number for the first time. Like he has no other information of her. But also at the same time, someone decides to boil their eggs earlier in that morning. So the water from that egg pot evaporates, goes to the air, and just mixes the clouds, and then it makes it rain. At the same time, the guy gets girl's number, and the raindrop drops to the number, and it just spreads. gets the whole ink, so he loses our number. That was like one of the scenes that stayed with me.
And I saw
Yeah.
Elias said something about the butterfly effect, which, Sounds of Thunder. The Sound of Thunder by Ray Bradbury. You change one thing, how many things change as a result? Which is like a bigger question. You make that one change, then what? Do we all turn out to be lizards? I think that was a Simpsons take on it.
True. Interesting. So let me pick a card for you to ask me. Just a good one. I'm speaking cards. Okay. Okay, it is, but I just want to find a more interesting one. Okay. It says if I could I'm as reading from your perspective. So if you could prescribe me one thing to do for the rest of this month, what would it be and why? So if I were to prescribe you one thing for the rest of this month and why, I would genuinely prescribe you some rest.
I've heard so much about it.
Yeah, I think that's like yeah, how have things been lately for you?
I don't do sleep anymore. My daughter now opens doors, jumps in, crashes, wakes me up, chokes me. Like I don't know. Sleep. What's that? Fingers crossed
Yeah,
it
how
gets
about this?
better.
I think you'll feel more relaxed when does like does she walk right now?
Yeah, gets out of her bed, walks when she doesn't like it, and she doesn't like it ever. Opens the door, walks in, climbs in the bed, hops up, like jumps and does elbow drops on me. I'm like, I'm asleep where I was. It's been a little rough.
How about this? Oh, but I think sleep deprivation really does has its own demons.
Hmm. She's 3. The walking and opening doors is like a month old. Well, she's been walking, but the opening doors is a month old. So yeah, that's been
Since since she was a month old.
no, like in the last month she started opening doors.
Ah, okay. I was just shocked by a baby opening doors when being just 1 month old.
Yeah, and she was climbing out of the crib a few weeks ago, so I took the corners of it down so that she could step out without hurting herself climbing out. And instead, she just doesn't want to go to sleep and just like hops right up, like, "No, you're not leaving. I sleep in your bed." I'm like, oh.
But it is so cute, isn't it?
And then she wants to like climb and like get all close and it's all hot and stuff. I'm like, "Oh, kid, come on, please go sleep in your bed." One day
It's
at a
fun.
time here, I guess.
I always pictured you as this cute father and daughter duo, and I love seeing her in your writing. You have written like she has a big impact on your writing, right?
Big impact on a lot of things, definitely.
That for sure. It's
He
cute from the
doesn't stop
outside.
yet.
Oh, Elias says it's cute from the outside looking in. Yeah,
But on the inside,
maybe.
I'm like, "Man, you were 1 year old, you slept in your bed, it was great, you didn't climb out, and now here you are, like, trying to choke me out when I'm asleep."
My mother gave me to daycare, like sent me to daycare at 2.5 years old. Like, what is the age to do that there?
She went in pretty as soon as we could, basically, because I needed to, work and everything, and now she's still there's school year is over, but it's day camp, as they
Ah,
call it. Yeah, and she's got her
okay.
friends there and such, so it's better her there than, with me. 22 years of no sleep.
What do you guys do when it's two of you? Like, do you when you spend time?
My daughter, I'm still trying to learn how to do that. I'm like, she'll tell me she wants this or that, then I do this or that, then she's like, "No, that's not what I want." I'm like, "Then I don't know what it is." I'm starting to learn how to communicate and how to better understand demands and politely ask them to be not demands. I'm not doing the best job ever. I know that for certain. I know I doubt every minute of myself as a father. I don't think I was ever made to be this. I don't know who I'm supposed to be. But like you were saying about like, is this my calling or not? I'm gonna go with probably not, but it's the one I have.
Oh. So you think being an English teacher is much more of a calling for you than being a
Mm.
father?
Well, I'm not saying that I don't know about that. Like, I don't. I feel like sometimes when you think of a calling, you think it's something that you're like naturally great at or have an advantage at. I don't have that. Like this is just like the situation I'm in. Like I don't know. And I'm not saying it in a bad way necessarily. It's just like I don't know. I feel like some people know everything they're doing, and it's like, man, they got this down. I'm like, how do you do that? They're like, I don't know. I just do it. And I'm like, that's not helpful. Like, what in this situation? What do you do? I don't know. I just do it. Like, I hate people like that. I'm like, give me a step by step booklet on how to do this. Give me the TLDR. But they don't. I guess for me, a calling is if you are the TLDR, you've got a calling. How's that?
That's a great slogan. Sounds like a, yeah, advertisement.
Mhm.
I think for me, calling definition of a calling is kind of different. I would say just not something you're perfectly good at, but something that you should pursue. Maybe I don't know. I don't think you'd have to born with with a calling either. I think for most of my life, I thought psychology was my calling. Now I know it's cliche, but we're all writers here, so I feel like my calling is writing now. And I don't know, it's just the way I think, and I think it's just calling is a kind of concept that makes you feel FOMO. I would feel FOMO because there is a high chance that you could miss your calling. Then that's I don't know. That's just the first word that comes to my mind.
Mhm. That's
Have
where
you
I get.
ever been like a fear? Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been what?
What were you saying? No, no, sorry, I cut you off. What were you saying?
No, you were saying, have you ever been right, you had the question fear in there. I love that. Keep going.
Okay, then we can move on to okay. So I was gonna ask, like a personal fears of missing out, fears from missing out.
FOMO or like missing a calling?
FOMO. No, 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 you're FOMO.
When you say FOMO, do you mean like me personally? Like, oh my God, I missed my chance? Or more like everyone's in that clique is having fun but me and they're like not including me?
I think I would rather hear your version of FOMO, but whichever is creating a fear of missing out from you.
I live in constant FOMO. I feel like, well, I'm not even FOMO, I'm just Mo. There's no fear of it, it's just happening. FOMO means I'm afraid of it. Mo means I get it and I know it and it sucks and that's that, Like, I feel like I missed out on so much of my life, so many opportunities, and, there's no bringing them back, there's no chance it's done, and I can live in a constant state of, "Man," I hate myself, I hate everything else, or I can understand that, you know what, I mowed it and, do my best going forward.
That is true. Yeah. I think one of the things I was this week and last week, life has been quite exhausting lately. And I always have the inclination toward putting myself in the victim psychology, but I keep quoting this book. I hope you guys don't think I've never read any other book, but there is again this book, School of School of Gods, and it talks about victim psychology and how much whenever we place ourselves from that victim position, immediately start losing because when you place the external outer world for the problems you are having and think that you are a victim who is helpless, that makes you give your entire control away. And without control, you're just gonna be the person who think life will be happening at you. You won't be living your life kind of way, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Um,
But it is hard though. I find it sometimes really hard to not just like blame.
yeah, I know, one thing they tell us as teachers is, don't write everyone to the principal, don't do all the tattling, don't do all the send students away, because the moment you do that, you give up your power, you give up your ability, just like when you're saying victim-minded, it's like, the moment you write it up, you're saying, "I can't handle it anymore," and you're giving away your power. Now, granted, sometimes you have to do that, if a student does crosses certain lines, there are certain rules where you have to follow through with something, like if a student, like, smacks another student in class, I gotta do something. That's just how it is, but FOMO, fear of missing out. So, like, the FOMO idea, like, social media, like, "Oh my goodness, everyone's doing this but me." Fear of missing out. And I'm saying I don't really have the fear of it, I just have the missing out part. Just not really afraid of it. Sometimes I look at what everyone else is doing and I'm like, "Oh, so great for them, I'm glad I'm not there." Like, "I'm so happy you're having fun, please never tell me about it." If I never have to hear or read about it, I'll be the happiest I'll ever be. And I'm so glad that you're doing it.
Someone
I feel like
asked
I
what
do this
is
out a
JOMO.
lot, but, what am I gonna do?
I feel like I used to be more I'm like a major fear of Miss FOMO person, I think. Someone just asked what is JOMO. Do you know what JOMO is? What is JOMO?
I think I misunderstood FOMO.
Huh. But Lily of Oz says, what about JOMO? Can we have an elaboration on that, Lily? And I was so speaking of fears, so you said you liked speaking of just generally a concept about fear. So what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear. I think I wrote about this recently. What did I say?
Oh, what is its name?
My biggest fear is myself. There it is. Oh, yeah.
That's a good answer.
Oh, I will take something decent and make it bad, or I'll overthink it and underthink it and reverse think it and counter reverse and invert it, undervert it, oververt it, widvert it, and suddenly it's not so good. Or I'll take an idea and make it crazy when it's good, or take a crazy idea and make it decent, or a good idea crazy. Like, I'm all over the place with my mind. I am. I wrote the piece about how my mind works the other day about ADHD and executive dysfunction. And if anybody read that, a lot of people said like they were triggered by it. I'm like, oh, that's just how it works, Like, I wish I didn't, but here we are. you know. I feel like I am the worst. I am my own worst enemy, and I am my own best friend. And it's a constant, take your prompt. I got the demon, the devil, and the angel on each shoulder. Like, which one am I going to choose? Or how much choice do I have? And what choice do I not make that I should?
Yeah. I loved what you said though, being your best friend and your demon as well. I think that creates a I today earlier thought like there's this concept of antagonist, like having in every movie that is someone who sort of looks like the villain but pushes the superhero to be their best version kind of way.
Mhm.
Is that like yeah. I feel like sometimes that version of ourselves, like the part that is like you said, like the best friend part and the not so friend part, they do you think that part is of like the demon or the devil, like, do you think that could be, if we change our perspective, could be looked at as our antagonist? Someone who pushes us to be better, or are they purely evil?
That's a great question. I guess the big thing would be depend on the motives, the reasons why. If they're evil or if they're pushing you to be better. I think of like, athletes and their coaches. If the coach is just nasty and mean, I would say that's not doing much. But if they're like aggressive, but trying to help, that'd be a little different. That's my first thought.
Okay. I thought about this earlier today. I was replying to someone, like, actually, I was replying to Gary. He responds to my, I don't know if you saw, devil in your left shoulder kind of prompt. I asked people just like, what does it say to you, and kind of things. And when I read Gary's piece, it's a good piece, everyone, if you guys want to check out. It's exactly as cold as the devil on my left shoulder. It got me to think, like, we are always blaming our mind. Okay, just it keeps spiraling thinking, and the version of ourselves that keep blaming. I'm not sure. I usually have ideas on things, but I think it just depends on the perspective. You can both be your antagonist. Like, that thing always does the same, but I think it's how you look at it. Yeah, I tend to comply and just go with the flow of my devil side. So these days, I'm not trying to balance it. It's just like my lifestyle. Life hasn't been easy to tolerate for me recently, but yeah. So just that's what I wanted to just explore a bit.
Yeah.
Gary Green is trying to reach you.
Oh, hi, Gary Green.
Okay, he says, "Hey James, it's Gray here." He says he's stuck and asks if he's allowed to use yourself. Be willing to. He's asking if you could call him. Okay, that's like a personal thing. Anyway, so what else? So your biggest fear is yourself. I think that could apply to many people. I think that applies to yeah, yeah, generally interesting. So what I learned was that fear of death was the core of most, like all of the fears, like philosophically and ideologically, because we have a limited time. Just generally, like when something is finished, it's endless becomes priceless. So I always thought like maybe unconsciously all of our fears is just not I thought, it's been said so, like just fear of death.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I
not
feel
afraid of
like
death. I feel like death is easy, but life is hard. But that's for me, though.
true. Yeah, I think I'm afraid of that on another concept. Like I'm not afraid of physical death. I'm not afraid of being old, getting older either. I know I'm young now, but also look at age, like the time you spend on Earth. I think when you look at your age, thinking that it's the time you spend on Earth, you even have privilege if you're older than people. And in turn, my fear hasn't been dying physically; it's just being forgotten.
Mm. Yeah, that makes sense. You see why that would be something, yeah.
Yeah, cause like, when I was little, I don't know if it's, like, something like, ego-wise but I just don't know. I kept saying, like, "When I die, I just want the world to know that I lived here," in a way, like, not just I don't know, it's ambitious maybe, but I just wanted to make a difference in the world, but
Mhm.
yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something to think about. I mean, for me, like, I'm forgotten, I'm cool with that, like, "Bye, later. Keep it cool, guys," like, I'm fine with it. Um, I'm alright with the idea of being forgotten is almost, like, it sounds amazing to me. Like,
Is it?
that would be, like, my hope is that I would be forgotten because I feel like, ugh.
If you were forgotten by everyone for a day, how would you spend that day? "Bye, Laura. It's lovely to have you."
I'd probably
It's
take a
lovely
nap.
to have you have to give a that is a very low effort answer. Okay. Let's broaden our perspective.
Well, you said I'm tired. What would I
No,
do?
I
I don't know.
prescribed that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'd mow the lawn.
Wait, I couldn't hear. Winner said being forgotten by someone you love so much, it does hurt. I think that was something that I faced very recently too. Okay, so if you were forgotten by everyone for a day, James, HVR, Hawthorne V. Robert, whatever. What would you do if you were fully forgotten for a day?
I don't know that it would change anything.
But you just said that will be your biggest wish.
Well, I mean, like, I joke that, like, when I'm gone, I'm good with that, but, like, I don't know if it would change anything day to day.
It's interesting to think of it, like, if you were, like, just like whoever okay, let's just flip the question. If you were to choose any life just for a day, which life, like, would you choose? Where would you wanna go? What would you wanna do?
Good question. Uh,
I'm full of good questions.
Maybe, like, a Buddhist monk who's at peace, I don't know.
Would you do
Someone
that?
who's,
It
like, so
doesn't sound
chill and everything, and someone who's so relaxed and doesn't care, who's like, "Oh, getting their rest, getting their chill, relaxing, taking it easy." It might be that.
So if you would do what is it
Maybe. I mean, what would they be
for
like?
me?
Like, "Oh, this is what I should compare it to moving forward." How
I
not
just
to be
imagine
crazy.
you like I just imagine you being a monk for a minute. Yeah, interesting.
I've never done it before. Why not?
Do you enjoy meditating?
No.
No?
Just the idea of being at peace and not having my mind racing sounds nice.
But that's just the end goal. You don't no one who meditates just have their mind completely silenced and
Maybe. I mean, I could always say Michael Jordan, but I don't know that I wanna be him for a day.
I think that must be like no rest in the world would have saved you from that kind of like tiredness.
Somewhere where it's, like, no responsibilities, nothing I have to do, just take it easy, I guess.
Painting helps slow thoughts. I've always wanted to paint. I am not talented in painting. Do you like painting, James?
I I don't know, it's not really something I do.
Do you do? Do you paint sometimes?
No, 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 I'm saying it's not something I do, I wouldn't know if it helps or not.
Maybe that's your calling.
I have been to a monastery before. It was really peaceful and calm. I liked it a lot.
What is a monastery?
Like a place where the monks gather and like or the nuns, like a place where where they live and do their thing. And it was like a chant of sorts, like just a peaceful, calming, no stress, no FOMO. I was 21 years old. I remember that
Interesting.
pretty
Okay.
clearly. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
why
it
did
was
you
kind
go
of
there?
fun. Someone talked me into it and didn't tell me what it was.
How was your first reaction when you found out what it was? Were you surprised?
I was like, "What? What is this? What? What?" I didn't know what was going on. I just kind of went with it.
How long have you stayed there? Did you?
A few hours.
Ah, okay. Okay, okay. Interesting. Just to see it.
Yeah, yeah, just like a musical chant they put on of sorts for the public.
Do you know what my sister did? Well, not once, I guess twice. My sisters are quite spiritual, and yet like thought about like silencing your mind and having your thoughts quieted down. There is maybe some of the people who are in our audience know. There's something called Vipassana, and Vipassana is like a silent camp for like around either like 12 days or 14 days, depending on where you go to choose to go. And you don't talk a word entire retreat, not at all. Eye contact is also forbidden, like because it's also considered as a form of communication. Like no reading, I think. Like music, maybe reading could be, but no music. That for I'm sure it's all about like, and it's only like daily chores and meditating, and you just don't speak there at all for 12 days. And the idea is just that you stay with yourself and in your mind without any distractions so much that it just silences and quiets down. And that's what my sister said when she left the retreat. She said like she was just not like thinking, she was just like in the present.
Hmm. So, like one of the silent retreats, as they call them, I think.
Yeah, they never speak. Can you make it? I don't think I can make it 14 days without
It
talking.
would be difficult. Maybe give me one or
I
two,
don't
and
think
I might struggle a day or two after a while. I don't know. Maybe
I
get
don't know.
used to it or something.
I'm sure I'll talk to myself. Even now I talk to myself. I'm not sure if that's something that they don't allow, but yeah, I don't think I can make it 14 days. Imagine, it's interesting to think.
Hmm.
Oh, Brian, thank you for looking at the Turkish translation for me.
Yeah.
So that's a way if you ever want to try a 12-day silence retreat, no eye contact, I'm sure will leave you alone there. If you both wanna like one, two birds in one stone, silenced mind and like no one bothering you.
It's worth a shot, I guess. I don't know about 12 days. Maybe
Maybe
start with a half
you should
day.
go.
Start with 12 hours. See how I do. I don't know how to do it with 14 days. And how to
That
keep
could
my
be one of
Substack
my
updated.
imagine like like I think you would write something amazing if you stayed there for 14 days.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying no.
Yeah. Do you think you're a talkative person in your social life?
No,
No?
no, I do a lot of nodding and a lot of listening, a lot of please go away in my mind. A lot of people like some of the other teachers I've had to work with, they just do this, this, this. I'm like, are we at the point where we can stop talking, get the work done? I want to get when the bell rings. I want to. We got places to be. Come on. I feel like
Yeah.
some people just talk to fill the noise. I'm good with silence.
Yeah, I'm that group, I think. I used to be more. I couldn't like. I'm just like. I think even the silence wasn't awkward. The way I like react to it with my body language would make it awkward, and I would always speak. Like I wouldn't allow those silences to exist.
No, I could go forever without speaking. I mean, I would do the basics, but not a lot more than that.
Like what kind of basics?
What we're working on next, then what, and then what? Like
Like yeah, like kind of admin stuff. Kind of like
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Exchange information.
True, interesting life. I think yes, interesting. Let me pick another card. Okay, this is for you to ask me.
Okay.
Ask a question you would be too afraid to ask, something you wouldn't dare to ask. What's happening?
So I'm gonna ask you a question that I wouldn't dare to ask you.
Yes, it's my life. You can do anything, so it's just like no restrictions.
So ask you a question I wouldn't dare ask you. Um,
Interesting.
that is an interesting question. Hmm, I don't know if this is anything I wouldn't dare ask you, but it's a question. Do you see yourself
Mhm.
living somewhere that's not the UK and not Turkey in the future?
I kind of do. I think like I think I do because although I want to just sort out my immigration status and stay here, like I want London to be my base, but I really, really, really end up in New York. Want to end up in New York. Think like for a while now, I've been like I have this New York dream. I've never been to New York. I've been to US, but only to Orlando, Miami, and LA. And New York has been like something else. I just want to live there. At least 2 years is the time span I chose at least. It will ideally and preferably, I would choose like I would prefer to be very rich when I'm moving to New York because the life I want to have there is the kind of life I want to afford. Like, and like I was there, like this entire winter, I kept wanting to apply to NYU's creative writing program. I didn't because that will make my father angry and just like not stop helping me try to stay here. But I did apply to this summer course and I got accepted, but it just wasn't possible at the time financially and like timing wise. I do see myself in somewhere like that.
Okay. Yeah.
You must be been to, New York is a socialist. Don't go there. What do you mean by the socialist? I don't know much. I just like just what I saw and like just like struck by the movies kind of person knowledge is my knowledge about New York is. Have you ever been to New York? You must be. You must have been,
Oh, I
James.
lived in Queens for a while.
Oh, okay. How was
Yeah.
it?
It's great. I loved it. I love New York. New York's great. A lot going on there. A lot happening. I've lived in San Francisco too. Like Bob's asking.
Mhm.
I lived all around the country, lived in a lot of different places, been to a lot of different places. You know, I can't complain too much about most. Maybe I could. I don't know. Yeah. I've been thinking about wanting to move back to
So,
San Francisco, but then it's like the place I want to move back to no longer exists. I visited and been like,
oh, right.
everything I remember is gone. It's like, it's kind of a bummer.
Why doesn't it exist anymore?
When I was a kid, I was young. What I remember, there's no longer there, or it's been built over where I barely remember it, and all the people I knew are gone, or they're old like me now. They're not kids anymore. They're 30, 40, whatever.
I see. What was my mom is always a fan of San Francisco. She says that was one of the most beautiful places she visited in
Yeah.
US.
I do love San Francisco. Yeah.
So if you would choose one of these places, because you said you lived all over the country, which one would you choose to live then?
Oh, shoot, where would I go? This is a question I've asked myself for a long time now. Where would I go? I'm not sure.
And so on point, my good friends.
Um, where would I go? I've heard good things about the Pacific Northwest. I've
But
heard
where
good
is
things
North?
about
I don't know.
like I've heard good things about like Oregon and Washington State. I've heard good things about parts of the Northeast for teachers. I'm thinking about the land and the scenery of the Pacific Northwest. Washington and Oregon. I'm thinking teaching, like teacher jobs, and like Massachusetts, New Hampshire area. I've heard good things there. Hawaii. I don't even know where I'd start with Hawaii, Elias. Like I'm sure it's beautiful, but like then what? Like you're on an island. I don't know what I'd do. This sounds
It's
great.
not.
What is
Is it
it?
like but it's like, is it like a not much happening kind? Hawaii, we're talking about. Like, is it a
I've never
big
been
island?
there.
Isn't it like
Like I wouldn't even know what to start. Where to start with Hawaii? Really? Are you sure you do? Because I heard that you guys have as many tests and silly meetings as the rest of the state. I looked into it a couple years ago.
I'm just yeah, I'm just gonna grab my laptop charger, friend. My
Okay,
battery is low,
just
so
plug
sorry.
in my phone too while we're at it, and the charger here.
This is I was this is a technical difficulty kinda. We are all humans. Okay, I'm back. I always think like I think going to somewhere, like even living somewhere, even if it's same city, but you just don't know much and the places that you are gone, it definitely impacts your like willingness to live there. Even me, like even in the same city, London is quite big and like sorry. London is quite big and like it's those for who you don't those who don't know. So it's like also from west four regions, west north, east, south, and I live in West London. You know I love you, me. I love you too. See, that's how much I need love right now. It just made me so happy I can't stop smiling. I'm just happy that you guys are all here. Anyway, I was saying like I live in West London now, and if I even imagining moving to East feels like I will be moving to another city, I think. Like neighborhoods differ, like all parts, all regions have separate vibes and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I'm holding it now because I plugged my phone in. Now, but London, you moved to a different place, you get a whole new accent, right?
Huh?
You get a new accent depending on where you are in London, right?
I wish I did get some accent by now. My accent still people still keep mistaking me for being Russian. And I'm like as others just recognize I'm Turkish immediately. It's been 2 years. When do I get this British accent? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess since I have to come up with an answer, I'm just gonna say Oregon.
Interesting choice. You know, when I is it the
Just to make it,
right place? Oregon. There is this short sitcom series I like. It's called The Middle. Do you know?
I know it exists. It's somewhere in like Kansas, right?
Is it? I thought it was in Oregon. That's why I thought of it.
Oh, I don't know. I thought cornfields and such in that show, but I don't. My mom liked that show. I didn't watch much of it.
It's a funny show. I think you'll like it, and I think you'll resonate with the parents there. They're also exhausted.
Is the kid's name Brick? Is that what he goes by?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the weird one. The
The weird
little
one,
kid.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of the accent stuff, I also even thought of taking an accent lesson. That's how much of a sucker I am for British accent at this point. I think it sounds cool.
You could always try. I'm sure there are people who teach it.
Is it? Yeah. Sounds like it will be a cringe to take like in person though. Like imagine everyone trying to.
Oh, Kansas is wheat, Iowa's corn. Got it. Okay. The wrong prop. My mistake.
I don't know these inside US jokes.
Yeah, it's well they people often call these the flyover states, because their planes fly over them from New York to LA, basically. And you fly over, that's the time you see them. Not really. It's just farming. A lot of people kind of just forget that exists. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So, do you have any exciting summer plans then?
No.
No.
I don't really get excited. I don't have exciting things. I just have things I dread and things I don't want to do.
Nothing that there's like literally nothing in this world that excites you.
Not really. It's just different levels of dread or not wanting to do it. Like, do I have to? Do I have to? Can I get out of it? At what point am I let go? That kind of thing. But I don't have any plans. No, really. Um,
I think, yeah, AI smashed the state kitties, Bob is saying so. I think this summer is already disappointing for me, which sucks. I've been looking forward to it for an entire winter, and I don't know. It's just like, yeah, life is been weird lately. But I wanted to ask. So, when was the last time, last remote time you could recall that you were excited?
I don't know. I've been asked this question many times. Like, when we allowed to excited? I'm like, I don't know. Does anybody get excited? Like, what is it? What does that look like? I just have different levels of
I was excited
existential.
before to try, for example.
Um,
I think it could be like, do you think there could be times, like, I'm not talking about anything related with today, but generally, do you think you could be mistaking excitement and being nervous? Like maybe it's
I'd
just
say
like, mhm.
I don't see the difference between them.
See, that's it. You are Mr. Like, you just combine the excitement and being nervous. I think we can extract excitement from there and like give it back to your life at one point.
The way I was taught it, anxiety and excitement were the same thing basically, and I don't see the difference.
That's a very interesting statement.
Um,
That's like, I don't think that's fully wrong, by the way. I think there's an element to it, but it differs. Like, how do you view this idea then? What it makes you think that that is absolutely true? This idea.
I didn't say I think it's I mean, do I think it's absolutely I don't know if that's absolutely true, but I definitely see the 2 go together a lot.
I think you're much more of a philosophical person than you realize.
I'm a what person?
More philosophical than you realize.
Oh,
Much more of a. You think like, yeah.
maybe. Like, the other thing I know is the more excited or amped I get for something, the more disappointed and bummed out I am when it burns. Because most things crash and burn, they don't turn out well, so it's like, do I really wanna get all excited and then hate it, or do I wanna just go with it and then be like, "Oh, what do you know? That was okay." It's like if you go into a movie you've never heard of with no expectations, and you come out, you're like, "What do you know? That was decent." Everyone's like, "That movie sucked." And it's like, "Well, I didn't know anything about it, and it didn't disappoint me." But if I tell you all about this movie, how great it is, how phenomenal it is, you're gonna go in with high expectations, and you're gonna walk out and be like, "I mean, it was okay." You're gonna be disappointed. So I kinda look at it that way, like, how to walk into something where I'm not disappointed and bummed out is to go in without expectation, without anything, like, on the line so that I'm not bummed out and hate myself later.
Mhm. Interesting. So you're kind of I'm just gonna make a psychological observation. So you like that anticipation of disappointment is keeping you uh makes so I think you're afraid of the disappointment itself that you're gonna face later and you're anticipated beforehand and then the way of self-preservation is kind of like not getting any excitement. Is that so?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know if it's fear so much as,
I wasn't thinking. I needed a better word there. Fear
no, you're
wasn't the
fine.
word I wanted to. No, but like these lives, you just gotta like give the answer, like kind
I
of.
think it's, kinda like I just try to, I just go with what I have and I just go as best I can with it. And you know what? Maybe something will be great, maybe it won't be, and I'm not gonna get bummed out about it either way. If that makes
Do you
sense.
dance? It does make sense. So you do not get bummed out ever.
No, I do, but not as badly as I would. I don't get devastated to the same degree as I would if I was
Yeah, me.
expecting, "Oh my gosh, I was supposed to be so great." I don't think things are supposed to be great. I think things are supposed to happen and we're supposed to grin and bear and deal with it. Like, it's life sucks and you die. So I pretty much believe that most of the time. Life sucks and you die. Um, and if I don't walk into it saying, "Oh, I'm supposed to have all these amazing feelings, all these amazing experiences, it's gonna be so much fun," I don't go in thinking that way. Then something happens, I'm like, "What do you know? That was actually fun. That was pretty pleasant." Then I walk in with a certain mindset. I walk out a little more pleasant, a little more happy.
That is actually a great way to look at it. I kind of agree with you, and I found lots of inspirational statements in what you said in bits of pieces. Interestingly, I was mostly inspired how you do not experience fall, but only more. That was the part that stayed with me the most. But I think yeah, I agree because like I think like on a like I will phrase it differently, but I think expecting to have a happy life is like just makes you entirely unhappy all the time when you're not particularly happy. So expecting a happy life is just gets you disappointed because every moment that you're not extra happy or just something exciting happens, you're just then the like stillness or plainness will just make you feel like it's bad when it's not. It's just normal.
Yeah, like the FOMO you're talking about. If you don't have a I don't walk in something saying, "Oh my goodness, this is gonna blow me away." I walk in saying this thing's gonna happen and then I'm gonna do the next thing. Like it's not like I'm not like dreading and I'm not like, "Man, this is gonna suck." I'm not like, "Oh my god, you're a pessimist." No, I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm saying it's gonna happen. I'm pretty neutral, pretty this is this, and then it's gonna be that, you know. And the men's circle, Sacred AF, has her work cut out for me. She's like been rolling
I
her
was
eyes like,
gonna
oh,
ask.
yeah, she's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "It's me." She's like, I think she's been like rolling her eyes a lot. I don't know. Like, how do I start with this? And I'm like, I don't know. There's a lot there. And she'll ask me about like some people have been asking me like, "What about your feelings here? Your feelings there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess they're there. Sure, whatever." You know, whatever you say, I'll agree with it. Nod. You know, like I don't care enough to think.
You're so
And
annoying.
I'm not bitter or angry. I'm
Just
pleasant.
like that.
I'm
Yeah.
aware. I'm both feet on the ground. I'm not unhappy. I'm not happy. I'm just here. But what does a
I
beast
am
mode just say? I'm just here so I don't get fined. You know, like
I'm gonna note that sentence down even after. I'm just here. Yeah, I like that sentence.
it was Marshawn Lynch who said after the
It
after the
doesn't
football games, like he would walk out and not want to talk to the press, and he was getting fined all the time. And so he would just sit there and ask him questions. He's like, "I'm just here so I don't get fined." You know, like that was his line. It became like iconic. Like he doesn't actually care about anything being there. He's just there so he doesn't get fined. So don't deal with me. Don't bother me. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
And I love that you say it kind of fast. It's just
Yeah,
kind of like a vibe. Great. That is true. I think like I'm just here kind of gives a meaning to the moments where you just do nothing as well. Like yeah, I don't know. I just needed this. I think you are the perfect cause to have today, especially like I think like it's really like I think like in this time of my life, I really enjoyed this chat with you.
I try. I mean, for me, it's like I get told, "Oh, you're pessimistic. You're this. You're that." I'm like, I think I'm a realist. I think I
I
know
was
where we
gonna say
are.
that. That's
Yeah.
the word I thought about too. Hmm.
It is what it is, and I can't change it, and I'm gonna make the most of it while I can, but I'm not gonna get myself worked up, too happy or too sad. I'm just gonna stay in the moment, kind of.
And that's what is like. I think like that is kind of like the formula, isn't it? Like even if you stay in the now, I think I talked about this the earlier episode, but I just did try to do the same thing when my visa got rejected. Like I used to be that person again, the one you described. Oh, life is so terrible. I was that person. Like whenever something bad happened before, I would just have a massive meltdown first.
Mhm.
If there is still chance, I will try to fix it later. But now I just try to fix the problem first and then have my meltdown. Meltdown is always there though, but later, kind of. I became more constructive.
You get a little meltdown, stretch a little more and be less explosive, you know, like, less impact but spread, you know? I have my meltdowns too from time to time, like, I'm like, "Oh, not that again." You know, whatever it is. But, you know, basically, I don't feel like I'm in control of my life, and I'm not, you know, my daughter is, so, like, I don't have these massive expectations anymore. I'm gonna do as best I can. I'm gonna try to do what I can, but when it doesn't happen, I'm not gonna be mad at her about it that she took my time here. She made me do that. No, it's you know, I'm a father first, so that's how it's gonna be. So the rest along comes along the way, you know, that's just like icing on the cake.
True. And that just makes you more appreciative and grateful for the good stuff you like just give
Right.
life gives you.
And not be like, "Well,
I
I
agree.
wanted this or I wanted that." Like, I don't have that little the entitlement thing or the issue of, like, you want this or that. It's just I don't expect much. But the flip side is if you don't expect much, you're not gonna get much. So
True.
I'm trying to find
True.
that balance thing that people talk about.
I think it tends to slip a lot, that balance. Also, always just like, because I think you're like quite ahead of the like, because when you mentioned being present and being just aware, just like being present itself is just being in that balance. I think because if you're in the present, all it can affect you is just what's happening around you. I think the moment you step away from that being present sense, that's kind of when we lose the balance, I think.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but interesting. So people are Daniela says hair removal masks it easier to discover ticks for body parts. Otherwise, I don't care that much. I'm not sure if the sense was. directed us. And so it's been an hour, friends. A lovely chat with James, and like I just people are still joining. Do you would you not be don't be kind, just be honest. Would you say this hour passed quickly? Because it felt like it passed very quickly to me.
I have a very bad sense of time and time management,
You just don't
time
give away anything.
time blindness. I really don't understand them very well, but I will say it didn't feel like a lot of time to me.
Hawthorne was bored, guys. Huh? What did you say?
I don't it didn't feel long to me, but I also have time blindness. Uh,
This is James' way of saying he didn't have fun in this life. So like he just didn't want to say it went slow. It went by
no, no,
slowly.
I think no, it did not feel long, but also I'm not very good at measuring time. I can look at a clock and look
You will
when I
take
turn
that.
away, look back, and it's 3 hours later. I'm like, "What happened?"
That though happens to me when I'm writing is that like 3 hours pass by so quickly. But you have ADHD and I have ADHD, and that
Mhm.
maybe that's about like that also hyper focused state.
Yeah, and ever since I had COVID the first time, it's like I'm a lot less aware of, time, uh, I guess
Since
is the way to put it. Oh.
since when did you say?
Since my first time having COVID.
How did it wow, did it what did it do to you?
Oh, it did everything to me. I feel like I was in a fog
Wow.
that I'm still in, kind of. Maybe I just didn't sleep much after that. I don't know.
Interesting.
I was pretty sick. The second time
Since
wasn't
like
bad.
5 years.
Or maybe that was the new normal and I didn't know it yet.
Interesting. I never been like I heard people having that like kind of life impacting things from COVID, but I didn't. I think like yeah, I think I yeah. Anyway, okay. So before we let our audience and each other go, I just wanted to like ask like for everyone who doesn't know and for people who does know and who hasn't bought it yet, James has a book, people, and it's. Would you like to tell us a bit more about your book, James?
Yeah, it's too soon at Petro, too late. It's been it's on YouTube now and Amazon and a bookshop and what is the other one? Ingram Spark. It's just the memoir I wrote on my phone as I was like really really sick and like reflecting on everything. It's basically because I was never supposed to write. I was never a writer, and then suddenly I was. Then like a month later, I was writing this out. My essentially much of my life story. When I was really really sick, and yeah. So yeah, I was on my phone. I did it like this in real time, IRL as they say in real. No, it's in real life, real time, like Jack Bauer 24. I was in real time putting it all in my phone, and then I spent some time editing
That's
it
great.
and self-published it. Yeah.
Uh, you you just speak 2 more minutes. I'm gonna show people because I have your book. If it's somewhere close by,
Okay. Yeah.
I should. It would have been so magical if I just immediately pulled out your book, but I think it's on the other shelf and it's just gonna make me look unprofessional if I stand up and walk away. So
Yeah.
I will post it. I wish it was ready here, but I have his book. I've been reading it. I've been a slow reader because again I start reading too many books at the same time, but I
Mhm.
think you would all love it. For those of you who haven't subscribed to James, I think we all know what you should be doing because he's a great person. He says he's not a writer, but he is a writer. And thank you for joining me today, James.
Thank you. And it's on the Kindle Plus or whatever they call it, the Kindle whatever that like is free. If you're anti Amazon, you don't have to do that. Like whatever is best for you if you're into that kind of thing. I might put a PDF on Buy Me a Coffee. I have like a shop now for that. I'm trying to learn.
It's just nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you there,
Mm,
Nikki. The whole like surviving and not really learning how to keep track of time. Yeah, I get it. That's much like me too, probably.
you kind of inspired me today. You really
Oh
did.
no. Uh oh.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Whenever someone says that, I'm like, oh no. What? Bad things usually happen after I hear that.
Not much good is going on in my life recently, so not much to
Yeah.
lose.
Well, and there's
Okay.
good. What's that? Remember, good spelled backwards is Doug. I don't know. I'm just whatever at
You
this point.
leave it in the P. I think you could leave it in the P. Okay. Thank you so much for everyone who joined us for another episode with Beyond the Page with Imi with James. I hope you guys enjoyed our chat. It passed really fast for me quickly. James seems to be bored. Just kidding. I felt like this joke wasn't heard enough. It just went away in the rambling. Anyway, have a lovely Sunday, people, and I hope to see you next week. And goodbye.
Bye bye. Later.